Hello, I've returned with another ADH wealth solution. Today, we will begin to discuss fulfilling all of your financial needs. As always, this is a basic description. For an evaluation of your own, please schedule an appointment. My information is in the description. Lastly, make sure you hit the like, drop a comment, and if you're new, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content.
Yo, it's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor, Alonzo Hall, and I've come to whap and tap on your head with another ADH Wealth Solution article. Before we get into it, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth, you can donate. You can schedule a one-on-one appointment with a licensed financial professional, and you can purchase life insurance directly up to $1 million with an instant decision and no medical exam. The links are in the description. So as we proceed to give you what you need, today's article is from money.com and it's entitled The 4 Best Wedding Insurance Companies of 2021. On average, couples in the U.S. spent $20,000 to tie the knot in 2020, without considering additional expenses such as honeymoons and bridal showers. When the financial stakes are so high, and the effect that many venues require couples to take out liability insurance, wedding insurance could be your best bet to protect you from property damage or bodily injury, especially if you have alcohol at your wedding. We reviewed the best wedding insurance companies with pros and cons to help you find the best coverage. So their top picks for wedding insurance are Markel Event Insurance, WedSafe, WedSure, and USAA. The last thing you want to think about is if something goes wrong on your wedding day. Wedding insurance can help alleviate some of your wedding planning stress so you can have peace of mind and one less thing to worry about. So, the best wedding insurance reviews. Obviously, due to the pandemic, several wedding insurance companies are not offering new policies, especially cancellation policies. They've provided the last modifications from our selected providers as of March of 2021. Markel Event Insurance reviews for best for bundling liability and cancellation. So some of the pros: they have a money-back guarantee if the certificate of liability doesn't meet the requirements of the venue, a 15% discount when bundling liability and cancellation, and it insures weddings outside of the U.S. The cons are loss of cash gifts is limited to $300, and there is a $1,000 deductible on liability claims for property damage. With over 70 years of experience in the insurance industry, Markel offers some of the most comprehensive and affordable wedding insurance policies. Liability insurance premiums begin at $75 for up to $500,000 in coverage, and cancellation policies start at $130. If you want to bundle both policies, you can either add $5,000 in cancellation coverage to your liability policy for only $50, or buy the two policies together and receive a 15% discount on total costs. Cancellation policies can be purchased up to 14 days before the event, whereas you can buy liability policies 1 day before the event. COVID-19 policy. Markel is currently offering event cancellation and postponement policies in select states. Policies and endorsement purchased after September 18, 2020 specifically exclude loss due to communicable diseases, including COVID-19. WedSafe review. Best for last-minute liability coverage. Pros: purchase liability insurance up to the day of the wedding. No deductible for general liability claims, and 5 tiers of liability coverage. Cons: mysterious disappearance and theft of items, $300 plus in value excluded. $15 rate purchasing group fee added to premiums quoted. Some wedding insurance companies let you purchase your liability policy one day in advance, but WedSafe goes even further, allowing you to purchase yours on your wedding day. As some other providers offer a digital certificate of liability is sent directly to your venue and or vendors via email right after your purchase. The company's average premium costs between $75 and $200. Also, WedSafe's coverage limit of $5 million in liability is one of the highest in the industry. COVID-19 policy. WedSafe is not offering any event cancellation coverage at this time due to the circumstances surrounding the COVID-19 pandemic. However, on their website, they urge consumers to please continue to check back with us for event cancellation coverage when government restrictions on gatherings have been lifted. WedSure Review. Best for customized policies. Pros. It offers a change of heart policy, 9 separate coverage options available, and free host liquor liability. Cons. Liability coverage is limited to weddings in the U.S. and its territories and in Canada. It's more expensive than the competition, and there's no option to remove the liquor liability. The company that invented wedding assurance, according to WedSure's website, is also the best we found when it comes to customized policies. Via its award-winning website, you'll be able to manage and tailor your policy from anywhere and at any time. Starting at $125, WedSure's liability policies allow you to add or remove coverable locations and services depending on the specifics of your event. The company offers up to $5 million in liability coverage and features cancellation policies starting at $95. COVID-19 policy. WedSure is still offering cancellation policies, but the company will not cover COVID-19 related cancellations. Per company policy, COVID-19 is considered a known circumstance and therefore is outside of coverage. USAA review. Best for military families. Pros. Covers postponement due to deployment of an active service member. Guarantees to meet the venue's requirements or your money back. Liability policies cover rehearsals within 48 hours of the event. Options to ensure your engagement ring. Cons. Available to USAA members only. In addition to other financial services, USAA offers its members, military personnel, reservists, veterans, and eligible family members, affordable wedding/liability cancellation policies, specifically tailored to the realities of military life. Its liability policy covers events in the U.S. and its territories, Canada, and all cruise ships leaving ports in these locations. Cancellation policies cover destination weddings and events held in U.S. and its territories, Canada, the United Kingdom, Bahamas, Bermuda, the Caribbean, Mexico, and all cruises leaving ports in those countries. The company's policy can be purchased up to 1 day before the event and will cover postponement if a guest of honor is deployed as a member of the police force, active military, or fire department. COVID-19 policy. Because USAA wedding insurance policies are underwritten by Markel, the latter company's COVID-19 related caveats usually apply. However, in USAA's case, no policies purchased after September 18, 2020 will cover loss due to infectious disease, pandemic, or epidemic, including COVID-19. Visit the USAA's page to learn more about their current insurance cancellation policy. Planning a wedding is an exciting time, but it can also be stressful. So the guide to wedding insurance. What is wedding insurance? Wedding insurance is designed to cover certain wedding related events and services in case anything goes wrong. Coverage can extend to the ceremony, rehearsals, receptionists, vendors, clothing, jewelry, catering, DJs, deposits, gifts, and even honeymoons. A wedding insurance policy can make you whole financially on everything from the cost of outright cancellation to the cost of a lawsuit should a guest be injured. Unlike home or life insurance, wedding insurance is special event coverage that requires only a one-time payment. In other words, the quoted price is all you have to pay. Although with most insurance policies, a deductible may apply. Types of wedding insurance. The wedding insurance industry offers two main types of policies: cancellation and liability. Most insurers will let you either purchase them separately or bundle them together depending on your needs. Cancellation insurance. Cancellation policies typically insure you for anywhere between $5,000 and $200,000 depending on the company and specific policy, to cover the cost of the wedding being postponed, canceled, or rescheduled. Accepted reasons are confined to unforeseen circumstances that are beyond your control, such as severe weather, sudden illness, military deployments, or vendor bankruptcy, which is very common. Wedding cancellation policies usually have no deductible. Most policies do not cover the insured in case of change of heart cancellations, in which the groom and or bride changes the date or decides not to get married at all. Liability insurance. The other policy type is liability insurance, which covers the financial costs from any losses or accidents before or during the wedding event. This is the most common type of wedding insurance, mainly because many wedding venues require proof of liability to let you contract with them. Typical coverage for a liability policy ranges between $500,000 and $2 million in damages, minus any deductibles if applicable. Deductibles for liability policies range. We found from $0 to $1,000. Some companies let you customize the amount. As with other forms of insurance, lower deductibles generally mean a higher premium. Still, for a low-cost wedding, a zero deductible policy may be the best way to go. What is covered in wedding insurance? Venue issues. If the venue is unable to serve as the location for your wedding event, you'll be covered for any losses and or costs related to moving to an alternative venue. Property damage protects you from damage to the venue's physical property, its structure, windows, or sound system, for instance, that may occur during the event. Problems with vendors. Protects in case service providers such as musicians, decorators, photographers, caterers, parking attendants, and the like are unable to provide their services and you incur additional costs to engage replacements. Postponements due to a medical emergency. Covers costs should the wedding be delayed due to an unforeseen injury or illness to an essential member of the wedding party, usually defined as the bride, groom, best man, maid of honor, and or officiator. Extreme weather. As long as it's considered unforeseeable, you'll be covered from any losses related to extreme weather, usually defined as severe enough to prevent either most guests or one or more of the wedding party to attend. Coverage must be bought before a weather event is imminent. It's too late to get coverage if a named hurricane or tropical storm already threatens your wedding. Military deployment. Covers costs in the case of cancellation or postponement because an essential member of the wedding party is called to serve in the military. Special attire. While this coverage varies significantly depending on the company, it usually takes care of any costs related to damage, loss, and or theft of wedding attire, excluding jewelry other than the wedding bands. So what is excluded from wedding insurance? Changes of heart. Most wedding policies will not cover the groom or bride if either gets cold feet and decides not to get married. Most cancellation policies do not even offer this type of coverage, and those that do make it available as an add-on. Foreseeable and known circumstances. Policies will not generally cover you for any losses deriving from circumstances that are either under your control or that could have been easily prevented or foreseen. An example might be not covering the cost of a replacement for the vintage car a friend promised to lend, but then failed to honor the promise. Jewelry. Any losses related to jewelry other than that of the wedding bands usually won't be covered by your policy. Theft of gifts. Standard wedding insurance doesn't cover the theft of wedding gifts, including cash, at the reception or other wedding events. Add-ons. Like other types of insurance, wedding insurance lets you add specific items at an extra cost. While the options vary between companies, the following are usually offered as add-ons to your main policy. Honeymoon, alcohol liability, theft of gifts, reception and rehearsal, and transportation. The type and breadth of coverage you will need depend on a variety of factors, such as how much money you'll spend on the overall event, the event location, the number of guests, and any other coverable item that may be involved, such as having a fireworks show launch when the couple says, "I do." While you shop for your policy, remember to read the fine print carefully and make sure to ask any pertinent questions. Until you get clear answers to those, preferably in writing, you don't want to purchase the policy. How to buy wedding insurance. Check for coverage from other types of insurance. Before buying a wedding policy, review other policies that you or your friends and vendors may have to ensure you aren't paying for unnecessary For example, if the wedding reception is being held at a private home, homeowner's insurance on that property may be sufficient to cover any liability claims from the wedding guests. If you're renting a venue, check that its liability insurance doesn't protect you to some extent, especially if you haven't yet been asked to produce such proof of insurance, as is often required. While this isn't insurance coverage per se, keep in mind that you're allowed by law to dispute credit card charges for any vendor who failed to deliver the goods or services promised. When should you buy wedding insurance? The sooner, with all insurance, the better. Most wedding insurance will only cover losses that occur after you buy the policy, which is why you should get insurance before any wedding-related payments or reservations are even made. It's possible to shop for wedding insurance at the last minute with a few key caveats. Some of the best wedding insurance providers, including ones featured in this review, allow you to purchase your policy up to a day before the event, generally without any increased premium costs. However, in the event of trouble, you may not then be able to claim the costs of wedding purchases you've already made, such as deposits you placed to secure services. Nor will you be covered for events that are foreseeable by that point, such as a major hurricane whose extreme weather is already threatening the wedding site. What to watch out for when purchasing wedding insurance. Before you make any decisions regarding wedding insurance, we recommend you do your own research and make sure to get all your questions answered. Only then will you have the peace of mind that comes from knowing your big day will be covered if the worst were to happen. Remember that as of June 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic has put a hold on the sale of insurance policies from many companies, especially cancellation policies. Check with each insurance provider to see if they're offering wedding insurance at this moment. Lastly, you must make sure that the company's policy will cover expenses or commitments made before you got the policy. If you've already spent money on wedding-related services, seek out policies that will cover you for retroactive expenses. Best wedding insurance FAQ. How much is wedding insurance? Cost of wedding insurance will vary depending on how expensive your wedding is and the types of coverage. The average price for a bundle policy is about $275, and that's basic liability coverage starts at about $155. Coverage of $500,000 to $2 million depending on the company. Other questions you want to ask is how much wedding insurance do I need? What companies offer wedding insurance? And is wedding insurance worth it? How we chose the best wedding insurance companies. To choose the best wedding insurance providers for 2020, we spent over 200 hours looking into the most popular companies, analyzing their data, and comparing the four main factors in which policies must excel to be considered among the best. Those key factors are cost, flexibility, online features, and ease of claim. To evaluate cost, we refer to the average cost of wedding insurance. Basic wedding coverage starts at $155 for basic liability and about $130 for basic cancellation, which adds up to an average price of $275 when cancellation and liability are bundled together. Remember that unlike other types of insurance, this is a one-time only payment. We prioritize companies with lower premiums across the board and no deductible fees. Flexibility. When it comes to flexibility and customization, we favored companies that allow couples to add or remove covered items according to their needs. Because no two weddings are identical, the best insurance policies allow the fullest tailoring to the particular couple at their wedding circumstances. The option to buy last-minute coverage is vital to many couples. So, we gave this factor added weight when looking at this factor. Online features. We favored wedding insurance companies that best streamline purchase customization and claiming processes using online tools. The online delivery of your certificate of liability or your COI, certificate of insurance, is crucial in this respect since most wedding venues require it before you contract with them. For this reason, we chose companies that automatically create an online certificate of liability immediately after you purchase a policy. Ease of claim. As with other insurance types, a claim for coverage under a wedding policy should be processed and reimbursed as quickly as possible. We chose companies with excellent track records. For customer satisfaction, revealed an online ratings testimonial and user reviews. We also rewarded companies whose claims processes appeared to be streamlined and hassle-free. Summary of the best wedding insurance reviews. Remember, that's Markel Event Insurance, best for bundling, liability, and cancellation. Website, best for last-minute liability. WedSure, best for customized policies. And USAA, best for military families. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor, Alonzo Hall. Make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, you can contribute to channel growth by donating. You can schedule a one-on-one appointment with a licensed financial professional, or you can purchase life insurance directly up to $1 million with an instant decision and no medical exam. The links are in the description. With that being said, wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. And remember, when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge you. Accept the challenge. Salute.
Interested in having an evaluation? Find my contact info in the description and schedule a consult to explore your options. Have a financial question but don't know who to ask? Email me at a.hall@cgwealth.financial and your question may be answered in my next video. Security products are subject to investment risks, including possible loss of principal. Before investing, carefully consider the investment objectives, risks, limitations, charges, and expenses of the product and any underlying investment options. This information can be found in the product and investment option prospectuses. Copies are available from your registered representative.